when we're getting healthy body-wise, everyone loves a good detox, don't they? They love a good detox. You've got to get all that rubbish out of your body before you can, you know, really utilize the body how it should be used, right? So we can get the most energy out of it. We can get the most benefits from doing our exercise, all that good stuff. You've got to detox. Now, I see conversation, talking, getting those problems, getting those worries out on paper. I see that as like a mental detox. How's it going, guys? Welcome to this video. Lads, gents, kings, I welcome you to this kind of unscripted video here. I've got my coffee and you know what that means. It's a little bit windy. I was trying to get out of the wind, to be honest. I might have to head into the trees over there in a minute or somewhere. But this coffee, I got to thank Gina, right? She donated this coffee through Buy Me a Coffee, which is down in the description, and a couple of people asked me for it, you know, if I did anything like that, and I thought, listen, since it's Baldcafe, perfect, right? Buy Me a Coffee thing. I wasn't up for a Patreon, but Buy Me a Coffee, I like that because this is a big thing we do here on this channel. We grab a coffee and we come out for these chats, and some of you might not know that the actual reason why Baldcafe is called Baldcafe, and I'm shouting. I always do that. I get pumped and I start shouting. I'm out here in the forest. I don't need to shout. But the reason why it's called Baldcafe, and some of you early guys might know this, but I just thought, listen, when you want help getting through something, and you want to have a good chat, where do you go? Right? Most people, a lot of people, say to your friend, or let's go grab a coffee. Or maybe it's in those moments where you're grabbing a coffee and you start to kind of, you know, you just start to open up a bit. You feel comfortable, you know, think of it in the winter, it's warm, you got your nice fresh coffee, which I need to drink because it's getting cold. Oh, blimey, I need to traverse these dangerous paths. But I'm not wearing flip-flops today, which I normally wear. I'm wearing these. Oh! So listen, Baldcafe is called Baldcafe because it promotes conversation, right? And this is something that I really want to talk about today, which is perfect timing because February the 4th, Thursday, which is tomorrow after I'm uploading this video, is marked as the day of Time to Talk, right? Time to Talk, which promotes talking and destigmatizing the conversation around mental health. And for me, it kind of means just encouraging people to talk about that sort of thing. And, you know, the word mental health, it carries a lot of negative connotations, right? We are talking more and more about this these days, right? People are opening up. I mean, I've got some of the guys that I've had on the channel recently, you know, have really been opening up, and not just to me. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but just themselves, like open up on Facebook to their friends or to their parents or to their colleagues, like for the first time, and just seeing how much respect things like that get from people nowadays. You know, just saying things like, yeah, this needs to be talked about more, like fair play for talking about this. Honestly, it really warms my cockles, and I love to see it. I love to see it. And that's a huge piece of advice I give to people. Like I say, listen, if you go for it, like if you shave your head or you've done anything, I mean, this isn't just about shaving your head, but obviously that's most applicable to this YouTube channel. Just check I'm recording. I say to people, get out there, talk about it, be open, be honest about why you did it. Yeah, it's really windy, so I'm going to try and find a little bit of a sheltered area in a minute. Maybe one of these wigwams or something. But guys, like, thanks for joining me in this video. This one's an important one to me. And as I said, it's perfect timing because Baldcafe promotes conversation, and that's one thing that people on the fringes of the YouTube channel, people that see the YouTube videos, the videos on the channel that have, you know, really blown up, with guys shaving their head, and those videos are fantastic. I love that, to see the transformations, but those are really there just to one, like, G people up, get them excited to do it themselves. Two, to kind of show the the transformation of the person themselves, and to just really give them a little bit of exposure to celebrate that, and help like say to that very person in the video, like, listen man, you've done a big thing there for yourself, and I want to like share that with the world, help you share that with the world, and get the praise that you deserve. And lastly, it's there, what's the third reason, hang on, Torino, Italy, really. And one of the other reasons why it's there, why people kind of show it, is to give other guys the bit of belief. They can relate to that person, and they can say, listen, that guy did it, I can do it. And those are the main things there. Now, you'll know that, especially in the earlier videos, and I still include it, but I've cut it down because, you know, as I've learned more about YouTube and how people consume the content there, I've kind of had to adjust. But one of the things that I make sure we do, either before or after, and I even encourage guys to do this during, is to talk about exactly the things that are going through their mind. You know, talk about how it's felt, this journey along losing your hair, these changes as we grow older, these new kind of realizations, and things that we don't feel comfortable about, right? Things that we don't feel comfortable about, that we kind of bottle it all up. And oh my goodness me, that's there, right? That is what bottling it up looks like. And we need to traverse that. Traverse isn't the right word, but you know what I mean. Navigate. So, when I get excited, when I start talking, I really do go off topic. I'm sorry about that. But yes, I encourage people to talk about it, right? And when you're on YouTube, right? When you're on YouTube, people like to dish out a lot of hate comments. And we talked about that before. It comes from a place of insecurity. It makes people feel uncomfortable for some reason watching the video or different parts of the video, and they display that by hating, right? Hating in different forms, but usually, you know, a lot of negative comments. And I am screwed here. I am screwed. This is hate right here. So people do that in all sorts of ways, right? Doesn't faze me. Doesn't faze me. I'm self-aware enough to know why people are doing it. It is what it is, right? I'm cool with that. So and I'm going to have to build a bit of a bridge here. I'm going to keep talking. I hope you can hear me, but I'm going to try and build something of a bridge to get over there. I'm going to set you guys down there. Hang on. Let me build my bridge, and then we will keep talking. Use my bridge if you want. I haven't got the right shoes for it. Do you want me to try it first? I'll try it first. Oh no. Ooh, made it. Easy. Absolute scenes, guys. I thought I'd let those guys crack on before we keep talking again, but did you see that? How good was that? That was literally like the perfect metaphor for what I'm talking about today. The way was treacherous. I built a bridge. My brother there, he used my bridge to help traverse those troubled times. Anyway, let me get back into it. So, where was I? Completely lost my train of thought. What I'm talking about here, I was talking about the hate, right? I was talking about the hate. All of that stuff doesn't faze me. The one thing that rubs me the wrong way, that gets me a little bit upset, is when people disregard, and I can't blame them, you know, like I said, they've probably only seen a few of the videos, you know, the hyped up ones, the big hitters, where we've seen some incredible transformations before and afters, you know, fantastic. But they probably, you know, skip straight to they just look at the before and after the cut, and that's all they focus on. They just focus on the visuals, right? And over the time I've learned, this is a big part of the whole hair loss thing. So I can't blame them. But when people disregard my channel, Baldcafe, as the whole, like, just shave it, bro. Just shave it. Just shave off that hair and everything's fine. And that's the most important thing here. That rubs me up the wrong way because, like, when I started the video, The most important thing here, what on earth is that? Let's go check it out. The most important thing that I do on this channel is have conversations, right? I give guys an opportunity to, you know, talk about some weird buckle thing here. I give guys the opportunity. Weird. I hate that. Don't do that. If you're in the forest, don't do that. One thing that I do with Baldcafe when I have the time is I make an effort to. Sometimes people will email me. And again, I'll get onto all of this stuff, but sometimes people email me with their, you know, they're saying, listen, I'm really struggling with this. I don't know what to do. I'm warming around to the idea of maybe I should just shave it off and move on because I'm tired of feeling just mentally exhausted by this whole thing. And I say, you know, when I've got the time, if I can do it, I say, listen, mate, you know, rather than me just replying here with some basic info and you know, drop you my ebook, which is good advice, but sometimes people need a bit more, and sometimes I can sense that in emails. And I say, listen, let's jump on Zoom. You know, I don't record it or anything like that, not unless they want to, or, you know, I've said, listen, we might get something that could really help someone here. But often I will just jump on Zoom and we'll just talk it out. We'll just talk it out, and I'm not claiming to be any sort of therapist. That isn't what this is about, nor am I trying to be. But what I am trying to be is a better listener, right? Is a better listener, because, and I'll put a link to the video. Having a conversation about the stuff that was going on in my mind and how crappy I was feeling, and just not necessarily saying, oh, I feel crap, because literally just the act of saying to one of my friends, and again, I talked about it in the video, just being like, I don't know why this is making me feel so shitty, but it is. And just having the opportunity to get that off my chest and get it out there, and say that to someone helped me massively. I attribute my success, right? I attribute getting past those times when I was all up in here to being provided that opportunity of just talking about it and just getting those thoughts and feelings off my chest. So what I want to do, what I want to say straight off the bat, before I move on to other ways you can go about having these conversations, is, guys, my email is down below, and usually I don't kind of advertise that because it's so difficult for me to get back to everyone. But what I want to say is, guys, I have so many people that just email me and they say, listen, I'm not sure if you're going to read this, or I'm not even sure if I need a reply or want a reply, but I just want to get this stuff off my chest and just kind of explain, or try to explain to someone who's kind of been through it, they kind of get it. So guys, my email is down below, and if you just want to get this stuff off your chest, if you just want someone to just read it and you want the opportunity to get those thoughts out, almost like an internal conversation, out there into the world, then my email is there, and please, like, email me. Feel absolutely free. In the description box is going to be some links to other places and other things that are out there, like they've got like an anonymous live chat and things like that, and all those things I think can be so helpful. So if you don't feel comfortable talking to your teachers, your lecturers, people at work, anything like that, then there's always someone that's up for listening. And if you think I'm a good person for that, then hey, please get in touch with me. So it's all about encouraging conversation, because like I said, it was one of the most important things that helped me. I've done dedicated videos on it about talking to family and friends, the fact that it's such an untapped resource in helping you get through the worries about hair loss. But I want to reiterate, this isn't just about hair. You know, a lot of guys on the channel, when we do follow-up videos and things like that, and myself included, it starts with the hair, and then once they kind of push past that and conquer that, they move on to other things, right? They move on to other things that they can work through. Do I want to talk about that? I suppose I should. So, listen, guys. Also, I don't know if anyone's watching this far into the video. Oh no, it's so treacherous up there. I might have to cut back through the forest. Absolute treacherous times, guys. Listen, so I want to share with you, because this is what it's all about, having this conversation, and I want to encourage that by kind of talking a little bit more about my own experience with this sort of thing. And at the start of last year, guys, this is quite this is what it's all about. This is uncomfortable for me to share, right? But I'm going to try and lead by example here. So the start of this year was a big year. I took my wife from her home country where she was happy, comfortable. And I said, look, I really need to try to see what life would be like here in England before we commit to living in China or commit to living wherever. I was like, I just want to try. I really want to try with Baldcafe. I just really want you to experience the UK and see what that's like. And guys, you know what this year's been like. I cannot go down that low path. Let's go to the high ground. Let's go up here to the high ground. You know what this year's been like. It's been terrible, right? It's not been a normal year. And initially I struggled to find work. My wife was studying and she was doing well there, but it was difficult for her because she had the same problem that I had when I was studying in China, and that's that a lot of your friends that you make in these language schools, they're only there for a few months, right? So you get, good friends with people and then they move on. So it was hard for her to get friends that were there all the time she could hang out with, and that's important for everyone to have. So I was struggling to find a job. The pressure was piling on. We just got married. We were trying to get her visa sorted, and it was all going on. I was trying, really kept going with Baldcafe, of course, through all this time. And around Christmas time last year, I actually lost my job. So I found a job, and just before the wedding, I lost my job, and I took another job. It took me about a month to find a job, and we only had a couple of weeks before her visa was needed, the deadline, right? So the stress was on, and I kind of buried myself in these self-help books. And now, don't get me wrong, they work, but looking, there's good info in those things. But looking back, it was all just a massive distraction. I was desperate, right? I was getting really desperate, and I was just desperate. I don't know what it was. It was financial, or I just felt like I wasn't doing things right. And I was reading all these books, and I was getting all confused about what I needed to do. And I would go into work, and from the minute I woke up, I would put these earbooks in my ear. Ebook. They're called audiobooks. Sorry, I was putting these audiobooks in my ear, and I was kind of just blocked myself out from the real world, right? I blocked myself out, and I didn't talk to anyone really. Just a bit of face value chat at work. Got home straight in on the computer. And I stopped working out during this time. I stopped going to the gym because those had closed, and I didn't get my little escape from there. And I was just burying myself in these audiobooks and not talking to anyone. And guys, I just sunk deeper and deeper and deeper. And now I didn't go to the doctor or anything. I didn't get far, but it was a tough time. It was a tough time, and I didn't enjoy anything really. I just wasn't enjoying myself at all. Oh God, yeah, it was not nice. It was really not nice. But eventually, I managed to recognise that I was going down a dark path. Right, I wasn't going down. Things were bad. So I got frustrated, and I turned off the audiobooks, and I kind of brought myself back into reality, I guess. How beautiful is it out here, by the way? So nice. So I brought myself back into reality, and I started to talk about it. I started to talk about it with a few of my colleagues who were also having their own different things, and we were in the break room, and we would honestly share who's having the worst time. And I know that sounds grim, but it was almost in that sadistic way that we were kind of trying to one up each other on who's having the worst time at the moment. That just through talking about those things and sharing our problems, I managed to get myself out of that space. And don't get me wrong, it's not been plain sailing at all. Like, it's not been plain sailing, but it just highlights once again how kind of removing distractions, right? Those audiobooks were a complete distraction, and all I really needed was to get out into whatever this is, right? Reality. And not necessarily reality, but just getting things off your chest, getting things off my chest. So I don't know who's going to be watching this video if you've watched this long. I just wanted to, again, kind of make it uncut, a bit more real, a bit more personal with you guys. So let me know if you like this thing. But like I said, let's go this way, it's more fun. Like I said, this video here is to encourage you guys to talk honestly about how things are making you feel. If they're not making you feel good, find someone. It might not necessarily be your partner. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It needed to be someone who I felt could kind of relate more. So maybe it is the lads at work that kind of, you know, have little digs at you, but you have digs at them, and just do it in your own way, right? Do it in your own way. Maybe it's those guys. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Like, reach out to me. I'll do my absolute best to get back to you, but maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you literally just want to get it out of your head, onto paper, into an email, whatever. Okay, I am an open book and I'm all ears. And I also want to highlight my gratitude to the guys that come on the channel, the podcast episodes. What the hell was that? There's a train over there, but it's all good. The podcast episodes, the before and afters. I know it's weird that I'm walking around in the woods here talking about mental health and whatnot, but it's just because there's no people here and I don't have to wear my mask, because it's obviously the whole pandemic thing. So again, sorry for rambling on, but yeah, okay, find the people that you want to talk to. I'm putting this video out today because tomorrow is this day of time to talk, and it really is. It helped me out so much. I'm sure it will help you out if there's things you've been struggling with. I know there's going to be so many lads on this on the channel, hopefully watching this video, that have done that very thing. They can vouch for it. It's nothing to be like, oh, I shouldn't do that. In fact, it takes a lot of courage to do. It takes a lot of courage to do. It shows real strength that you 100% have. It's just when you are all up in here, you're so preoccupied with churning things round and round in here, you have to, and this is a bit I forgot to say, detox, right? Detox the mind. So had my coffee, who knows what a coffee enema is, right? Or a juice detox, whatever. When we're getting healthy body-wise, everyone loves a good detox, don't they? They love a good detox. You've got to get all that rubbish out of your body before you can, you know, really utilise the body how it should be used, right? So we can get the most energy out of it. We can get the most benefits from doing our exercise, all that good stuff. You've got to detox. Now, I see conversation, talking, getting those problems, getting those worries out on paper, I see that as like a mental detox, and that's how I want to view mental health. It's like using parallels between physical health and mental health, because as I said before, with mental health there's so much stigma involved, and it's like it's almost embarrassing. Like guys say all the time, and I was saying like, oh, I just feel shamed that I'm letting this worry me so much, you know, or I feel bad, I feel pathetic that this is getting me down so much. I felt like that too. But there's nothing pathetic about it, right? Nothing pathetic about talking about things that don't make you feel good, right? Because everyone has things that don't make them feel good. Hope the wind's okay in this microphone now. But yeah, I need to head back actually. I've got a conversation to be had. So hopefully actually I'll upload that video tomorrow. So, oh my goodness me, going round and round in circles with this one, what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is, people feel pathetic about, like why am I feeling bad about this? I said you need that mental detox. I like the parallels between physical and mental health. Are we still recording? 30 minutes, that's good. I love to draw parallels. Oh, I need to go in the trees really. Okay, hopefully it's not too windy. But I like to draw parallels between physical and mental health. Oh, it's way too windy. Let me dip in here. Let me dip in here. We'll go through the trees, it's more fun anyway. So yes guys, physical health. Think about working out, think about detoxing, thinking about putting good things in there. You got to get the bad stuff out before you can replace it with some good stuff. I like to think about mental health in the same way, and that's something that I'm working on myself. Detoxing, getting it out there, whether it's a conversation with someone who is very close to you, whether that's anonymously, whether it's with me, whether it's with, you know, loosely related friends. That's strange, isn't it? Whether it's with friends, I really encourage it. It helped me. I know it helps a lot of guys who come onto the channel. Sometimes the first thing is, yeah, I just started to, I opened up that conversation with me mum or me dad or whoever, and in fact loads, I want to say like 95% of the guys I've had on the channel or that I speak to say that having a conversation was one of the first things that made them think like, yeah, I can do this, I can get past this, because it allows you that free mental space. Yes, right, key, nailed it here. This is how we're going to end up that video. Getting those thoughts, those negative worries, things like that, that you've been harboring up in here. It leaves no room. It leaves no room for you to be able to think clearly, right? Think more clearly. So, getting those thoughts out by having those conversations, talking about it, it frees up that mental space for you to start to think differently and think more, I just want to say think more clearly, and start to have a bit more of that belief. Start to think about, right, how can I tackle these situations that I find myself in, and it's often the kickstart to really working through that stuff. So guys, it's all a journey. It's all a journey. Okay, things come up all the time, like I just mentioned there. Recently, it's last year for myself, had things that I needed to work on, work through, and once again, conversation prevailed. You saw me build that bridge for that dude. I want to say that bridge represents conversation. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Tomorrow is the day to do that, but any day, quite honestly, any day, any time. Baldcafe, big supporter of, I mean, actually, I say it's a big supporter. It's what it's about. It's hands down what Baldcafe is about. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. This little ball here. Some doggy's lost his ball. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a pleasure to be able to make these videos. Let me know if you liked this kind of style. Obviously, it's not like loads of jump cuts and loads of interesting editing. It's just me talking, navigating through the undergrowth here. But quite fun, and I enjoy making these. So thank you, Gina, for your coffee. I've waited so long to buy this and to thank you on a video. There have been other people who have also donated through that link. I am so grateful, and I will be using the donation for the very thing it was intended, so I can have more coffees, we can have more conversations like this, and hopefully we can help, just help out a bit. Guys, any guys out there, any people out there who are working through things, they're on the journey that is life. That's what this channel's all about at the end of the day. So guys, wish you all the best, stay safe, and I will see you in that next video. Goodbye.